Hello there. Today we are learning about file creation and output in Java. We are going to create a file, then write to that file, and then we're going to close the file. And we're going to do all this using the print writer class. So up until now, in these demonstrations, these tutorials, we've created programs, and every single time you've created a program, you always have to re-enter information into the program. Nothing is saved. In order to save information, you need to be able to write to the hard drive, and to do that, you have to create a file on the hard drive. So that's what we're going to be working with today. Let's go ahead and let's jump into our demonstration here. So my class name is crow3_054 Mad Lyrics Demo, and I've got my main method header right here. The first thing I need to do if I'm going to create a file is I need to import the following package. So I'm going to say Java space import space java.io.star. This statement right here tells Java to import the entire input-output package. Normally, if you've been watching these tutorials before, we've only imported one class at a time. For example, the scanner class, you'd say import space java.util.scanner. We'd be importing one single class. This time we're actually importing the entire package, the input-output package here. After that, the next thing we need to do is we need to add an extension here for our statement for our main method. We need to say throws IO exception. I'm not going to go into what this statement exactly does right now, but we're going to cover it later in another tutorial. So we're going to say must use with the print writer class. So our program will not work correctly unless we add this to our statement right here, this throws IO exception. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a file and open a connection to it. And to do that, we're going to use the print writer class to create an object called output file. And we're going to say output file equals new print writer. And then inside here, we're going to have whatever we want our file name to be. So I'm going to call this my first file.txt. And after we do this, I then am going to write information to that file. So this statement right here creates this object called output file, and output file will not only create this file right here, my first file.txt, but it will also open a connection to that file so we can write to it. So let's go ahead and let's write to this file now. And to do that, we're going to use output file. We're going to use the output file object, and that output file object has a few methods that we can use. One of the methods is the print line method. So for the sake of time, I went ahead and I typed the following lyrics already. So we've got the statement output file dot print line. So nasty lyrics and fat beats. He's coming at you from the streets. Watch out, fool! Mr. Crow's on the loose. Gonna hit you with a lyrical noose. So we've got our poem here. So these lines of text right here will be written to the file. And the next thing we're going to do, that you always have to do, is you have to close the file. So we're going to say output file dot close. And then we're going to print the following to the command prompt. We're going to say system.out. We're going to tell the user excellent poem successfully written to file. So let's go ahead and let's run this. So if I run the file here, right here, oh, well, I spelled excellent wrong. Let me change that. So this right here prints to the command prompt. So where is the file? Where does it create our file? Well, it depends on wherever your project file for NetBeans is. So my project file is right here. This folder right here. Here is my my file that I created, my first file.txt. So if I double click on this, here is the file that I created, along with the lines, the strings of text that were printed inside the file. Now, one thing to be aware of, if you want to change the location of where this file is created, you could just simply, let's say if I wanted to create this directly on my desktop, I'm going to copy this address right here. I'm going to go back into my program, and this part right here, I would just paste the address of where I wanted to write this file right here. Now, whenever you do this in Java, these backslashes, you need to create two backslashes so Java doesn't get confused with the syntax, because usually backslash tells Java, hey, I'm trying to format this a certain way. So now if I create this, if I run this program again, say run file, now it says excellent poem successfully written to file, and if I go directly to my desktop, where'd it go? Here it is. Here is the file that I created. If I go in here, here's the same thing. Alright, so what if I wanted to change the program so that I could, the user could actually create whatever name of the file we want it to be? Well, we could make that simple change by just importing the scanner class. So import java.util.scanner. .scanner, there we go. And the first thing I would do in my main method here is I would declare a variable. So I'm going to say string str file name. This is going to be the file name that the user creates. And then I'm going to create a scanner object. So we're going to say scanner keyboard equals a new scanner system.in. And then I'm going to ask the user for the file name. So I'm going to say system.out print line. Please enter file name. And I'm going to change this to just a print command. Put a space in here. I'm going to grab that from the user. So I'm going to say str file name equals keyboard dot next line. And now inside here, instead of giving it the file name, I'm just going to add whatever str file name is into the code. So now if I run this program, please enter file name. So if I enter mad lyrics demo.txt and press enter, if I now go to my desktop, I should find that file there. Here it is, mad lyrics demo.txt. If I double click, here's my file. Now be aware that we haven't gotten to the point yet where we can append data. For example, if I let's say I change something in here. Well, let's say if I get rid of this line right here, if I right click, if I run the file, and if I type in mad lyrics demo.txt again, if I go back to my file right here, you'll see that the stuff that was in there was overwritten. So we haven't gotten to the point where we can actually append data. Every single time that we're running this program, if you use the same name, we're actually writing over the file that we created before. So again, this is a broad overview of how to create a file, write to a file, and close a file using the PrintWriter class in Java. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.